Welcome to EmployeeConnect. In this video, we will show you how an HR manager or administrator is able to create a new offer and send it out to the candidates. This can be done either by email or through SMS. To create a new offer, an HR administrator or manager can click on HR on the top menu and click Recruitment. Then click on Lifecycle and then click Quick Offer on the side menu. This will bring up the candidate offer word merge. This is where you can configure details for the quick offer that we're sending out. Let us begin and configure the offer. First and foremost, click on the drop-down list for job listing and select the open job posting for this specific candidate. This is the position that we're giving him an offer to. Then under the candidate tab, enter the first and last name, and then his email. We are probably inputting his personal email here since he doesn't have any company email yet. So we're just making sure that he will be able to receive the notifications that we're sending out. You have the option of putting in his address if you have this information handy, otherwise then leave them blank. Let's proceed to the next tab and configure the offer. Click on the offer tab. Click on the calendar picker for start date. You have the option of putting in the probation date if needed, so click on the calendar picker. Then the end date for this probation or employment period. This will vary on your contract. Then we have the option of setting an offer expiration date. So this offer will only be valid until the date that you set here. And then select the offer template you configured in your platform. Additional inclusions will be configured here as well, so you can add them. Review the details that you've made, then you can jump onto the next tab. Click Employment tab. From here, you can set a position. You can select a manager from the pick list. This might be automatically configured depending on the configuration on your platform and organization. So you might as well leave this blank if you're aware. If not, then you can set one here. Same for position. If you have a position in mind, then you can go ahead and pick that from the pick list. Otherwise, leave that blank. We will be running the candidate over the onboarding, and then we can always change this later. Company, location, organization unit, for example, and then some other employment details like work type, work hours, work period. You can configure them here. Again, this can be changed later, but you have the option of setting them up within the offer details. You can now move on to the next tab, which is Remuneration. Click Remuneration tab. You can select the pay basis from here. Currency, salary, pay rate, and other fields. Configure them as you wish, depending on your organization details. And then some other individual components can be added here as well. For example, transportation allowance, night differential, things like those. And then just click Save to save all of your details. A confirmation message will inform you that you've successfully saved this offer. Let's proceed and check the offer that we made. We can see this under Life Cycle and Offer Status. Click on Offer Status under the side menu. We can see the list of candidate offers from this page and their offer status. You just have to scroll down and find the offer that we just created. You can also take advantage of the filter to allow you to search and narrow down the information that you see here. If you have a long list of offers, then just go ahead and use the filter. But for the purposes of this demo, we have it here, the offer that we created. You can click on the offer or the arrow button here to view details on the offer. And then you have the option of clicking on the envelope icon to send it directly to the candidate. So let's give that a try. Clicking on the envelope button will open the candidate offer send page. This is where we will be able to review the details for the offer letter email that we'll be sending out. We have the option to select if this will be sent out via email or via mobile SMS, and then the email address that we'll be sending the information to. So make sure this is correct and this is something that the candidate can access so that they can view our offer. Here's the body of the message. This can be changed anytime. And if you're sure and you're ready to send it over, just click save. Doing so will send the offer over to the candidate and you'll be receiving a confirmation message that this has been done. We also have a way to track the candidate offer that we just sent. We'll be able to see if the candidate has accepted the offer. To do that, just go under the HR Recruitment top menu and then click on Lifecycle and then Signed Accepted Offers on the side menu. This will bring up a list of the offers that we've sent out, including the status. So right now we can view that this is the latest one that we've sent out to Peter, and just currently says offer, meaning it has just been recently sent. The candidate might not have read the offer yet and accepted the offer. But once he does, the status will be updated to something like accepted. And then we could go ahead and move forward with the onboarding process and process his onboarding through EmployeeConnect. We are currently looking at a sample of the offer sent to one of the candidates. This is the page that will open up when he clicks on the Get Started link from the email that is sent over to him from the candidate offer. From here, the candidate can append his name and signature and then accept the offer. This will be done electronically. Once he clicks on the Accept Offer, a confirmation message will be seen and his offer will be updated in the recruitment module of EmployeeConnect. The HR administrators or recruitment managers will be able to see this updated in the platform. We now just logged in back as an HR administrator and we're trying to look for the offer that we sent out to the candidate to make sure that the status is updated correctly since he already accepted the offer. So I just went into HR and then recruitment and then I just clicked lifecycle and offer status from the side menu. I'm just browsing through the list and making sure that I do see the proper offer. I see the offer ID of 29 in this list, and the status has been updated from offer to accepted, which is correct. We can then proceed to move the candidate over to onboarding through the recruitment module in EmployeeConnect. To do so, just navigate into HR, recruitment, and then candidate funnel. Click on application status to bring up the list. And since the candidate has accepted the offer, it should be reflected here. Remember the offer ID is 1029. We have it here. And the offer status is accepted. We can click on the promote button to go ahead and move him over to onboarding. So let's give that a try and click that button. You can now see that the status has been updated from accepted to onboarding. We can now move forward and assist and facilitate the onboarding of this candidate. Just access the candidate onboarding link found under Lifecycle right here. This brings up the page for the candidate onboarding list, and then just find the ID 1029 for our sample, and then click on onboard. This is the candidate onboarding page for that candidate. You'll see that the ID is reflected here. You can input a person ID if you wish. If you have a unique naming convention for your organization, then put this here. Otherwise, you can leave it blank and then click save. Once saved, this will redirect us to the new employee onboarding page. We can then facilitate changes into the profile and his configuration from here. There are different tabs you can click on to customize his profile, like user profile, personal information, employment information, remuneration, provisioning, and tasks. So let's take a look at each of the tabs available. Let's start by assigning this candidate a login username. Just leave the login password blank as the system generates a random password for the candidate. This information is sent to his email, which he will then be using to log into the platform. Remember to enable login by clicking on this box right here, this tick box. Without it, the user won't be able to access your organization. Login access can be set up, so this means that it will only be able to access the platform within a specific date. So that might be his start date or effectivity date, it's up to you. But any day before that, his login won't work. Security group can be left as employee. This can always be changed later after he completes the onboarding process. Configuration will be set to onboarding by default so that it will be going through the electronic onboarding self-service. Work email can be set as his personal email for the meantime. This is to make sure that he will be able to access the email that we'll be sending over. Because we're thinking that he doesn't have a company email yet because he's just jumping into your organization. So to make sure he will be able to receive all the information we'll be sending over regarding the onboarding process, then please make sure to input his personal email so he can receive them. Click personal to input more information about the resource. Different fields here you can customize, so you can leave that blank if you want. The candidate himself will be able to change this once he goes into the onboarding process. Employment details, remuneration can be set up, provisioning, for example, laptop, parking, automobiles, and then the tasks tab, you can input it here. If you have a training plan or a checklist that you want him to do, then just select one from the list that you have. It should be configured in your organization, so depending on what you have, it will appear here. And then click Save. You will see a confirmation message on the top that says Saved Workflow ID. It just means that you've successfully set up the onboarding for that candidate. We can now proceed and send the candidate onboarding invitation to this resource. To do this, just navigate back into candidate onboarding, click on the breadcrumb, and then click on the onboarding invite button that appears here as an envelope. It will open the page where we can configure similar to the offer invitation we've done before. Like previously, we have a method to select. You can select and send it over by email or mobile. For the purposes of this demo, just select email, configure the body of your message, and some of the details like login username and the email information is already set up from the onboarding pages we've done earlier. Just remember to click save to send this over. A welcome email will be sent to the candidate as well as the onboarding invitation. Once he receives that, he can click on the link to access the onboarding page in EmployeeConnect and then copy the username and password sent over the email. The employee will then go through the self-service onboarding process in EmployeeConnect using his login details. We'll cover the entire process of the self-service onboarding on another demo. We hope you've enjoyed the video. We know you're going to enjoy using EmployeeConnect.